Welcome back to our channel. We're going to be giving you 6 reasons why you should visit Utah's national parks during your spring break or in their off season. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel and hit the bell for notifications. In March of 2021, we embarked on a trip to see all 5 of Utah's national parks, plus the Grand Canyon West. And it was our most favorite vacation we have ever taken. Some people were surprised we were going in mid-March with the weather there, but when I tell you the top 6 reasons why you should go during that time, you will want to plan your next vacation to Utah during your spring break. Number 1 is less crowds. Most people visit national parks in Utah during late spring, summer, and early fall. When you go during the off season, you're able to find parking easily, and you also won't be bogged down getting there with traffic. We had such a nice drive from flying into Vegas and driving over to Springdale to hit Zion, and then from Zion to Bryce, and then Bryce to Moab, and Moab all the way back to Las Vegas. We barely had any traffic and we enjoyed driving all these roads by ourselves. Plus, the roads are just gorgeous. Nothing like driving the flat roads of Florida at home. In the summer, you might have to wait in long lines just to get into the parking lot at these national parks. At Zion, you can also drive through the park on certain days in the off season, which we'll talk about again at number 4. There's also nothing like hiking a trail without 100 other people around you. Hiking the trails, a lot of the time, we didn't even see a soul. Yes, there were still a few trails that had more foot traffic, but even that wasn't bad. I've seen pictures and videos, and I've heard so many stories from friends that have gone in the summer and the insane amount of people. It doesn't really feel like you're getting the whole experience of the national park when you're packed in with 100 others. This also meant less people at the ranger stations and at restaurants in the parks. We had no waits at all. This is super helpful when trying to find food for 6 people after a long day of hiking. Number 2, the weather. If you go in the summer, plan for it to be crazy hot. Try hiking for miles in that kind of weather. We had a huge variety of weather while we traveled the state trying to hit all 5 national parks. Our first day in Zion started with snowing, and for a Florida family, that was a dream come true. We were so crazy excited. The cloud coverage was so much that we couldn't even see the top of the mountains in Zion National Park. At first, we were pretty bummed about this, but as the first hike went on, the sun started to come out and the clouds started to clear and the mountains appeared, and it was the most fantastic sight. Of course, we got a little bit of snow playing in first. After lunch, we took our second hike and we were shedding clothing by the time we got to the top of the Emerald Pools. Definitely wear layers. We started freezing, and by the time we ended, we had gone all the way down to our bottom layers. In Bryce, it was crazy cold. For these Floridians, wow. It was in the 20s when we woke up, and we hiked in a lot of snow. We probably should have had spikes on our shoes, but somehow we made it through without falling off the mountain. We did do a trail in reverse. As the ranger informed us, we didn't want to hike down the switchback because it was so icy. Better to finish and go up it, although doing that was hard enough. Each day in the park, we would stop at the ranger station to get their opinion on what hikes we should take that day. This becomes vital when the weather is so iffy. That way you keep your family safe and you get to see the best trails. In Moab, it was a lot warmer, and the Grand Canyon West, which we finished with, was pretty warm. And this brings us to number 3, snow in Bryce Canyon. It is a truly magical experience to see the sun coming up packed with the snow-topped crimson-colored hoodoos, those spire-shaped rock formations the park is known for. Just be sure to have a lot of layers, because it's really cold at that time of year, and waterproof hiking shoes and spikes, so you aren't frozen when you finish. Number 4, which I briefly mentioned in number 1, is driving in Zion National Park. From mid-March through late November, you cannot drive your car into Zion National Park. But if your spring break is before they start running the shuttle every day, you are in luck. This means you can drive your own vehicle in the park and park at each trailhead. The shuttle starts running in February on the weekends and then daily starting mid-March. The day we were in Zion National Park was a day the shuttle was running, so we didn't get to take advantage of that. When we visited, you also had to be sure to have a shuttle ticket to take the shuttle. I got it weeks ahead of time because I heard they sell out. Unfortunately, if you don't have one of these for each person in your party, you will not be able to go into Zion National Park. So if you're going when the shuttle isn't running, it's one less thing you have to worry about. Number 5, the stars are brighter. Southern Utah is known for having some of the darkest skies and the best stargazing opportunities in the country. While the summer months bring with it the hazy, full view of the Milky Way, the summer months have the brightest stars. This is because our planet faces away from the center of the Milky Way. Bring a tripod for some amazing photos, or a telescope and binoculars if you want to catch a closer glimpse. Number 6, and maybe most important to some people, it's cheaper and easier to find accommodations. And if you are considering camping, you won't even have a problem finding a spot to pitch your tent or park your RV. The hotels we stayed in were significantly cheaper than during the summer. We also didn't have a problem finding accommodations while planning this kind of last-minute trip. I think I booked our rooms about 2 to 3 months before the trip. I found some wonderful, amazing places that for sure would have been booked if it was summer. The 3 places we stayed were Blueberry Inn, Bryce Country Cabins, and Red Cliffs Lodge. And we finished off with Club Wyndham Grand Desert Resort in Vegas. Our first hotel was in Springdale, the town closest to Zion National Park. We booked 2 adjoining rooms and stayed here for 2 nights. Outside our room were animals to pet and a beautiful mountain. Next, we headed up to Bryce, and we rented a 2-bedroom cabin at Bryce Country Cabins. That was adorable and right outside Bryce National Park. I think it was like 2 miles. They even had livestock in the stables that were right next to our cabin. We only stayed here 1 night, but it was wonderful. In Moab, we stayed at the Red Cliffs Lodge, which was a truly incredible experience. We had a 2-bedroom cabin with a kitchen on the Colorado River. Because we came in the off-season, our rate was 1/3 less than the normal rate. Without this discount, there's no way we would have been staying here. We arrived here at night, and we were shocked when we woke up, and there were huge cliffs surrounding us with horses everywhere. I only wish we had had more than just 3 nights here. The restaurant was wonderful with a buffet breakfast. We even enjoyed a fancy meal one night for our oldest son's 18th birthday. We enjoyed their free museum of film and Western heritage, featuring movies that have been filmed in Moab and the famous people who have stayed here at Red Cliffs Lodge. And the kids really enjoyed playing on the old wagons and the teepees by the river. Our last 2 nights, we actually stayed in Vegas at Club Wyndham Grand Desert. We booked a huge 2-bedroom suite that had a luxury bathroom, a full kitchen, and a living area as well. We only paid $350 total for 2 nights. When I checked the rate for 2 nights here in the summer, it was over $1,000. Bonus savings if you have a child in 4th grade. You get into every national park and most state parks for free in every state. Your entire car. We were even able to take advantage of this with our 5th grader because her 4th grade year fell during the pandemic, so they extended that time. This was a very nice bonus savings. So if you're thinking about taking a trip to Utah's national parks during their off-season or your spring break, think no longer. It is the perfect time to go. What are you guys doing?
Push-ups.
Okay. Nice.
Is that your push-ups, Cindy?
Yeah. Faster than that.
You have to move your arms. Move your arms too.
Nice.